Hey everyone, it's Gilbert K here and welcome back to my channel. Today we'll be discussing Sandman Season 1 recap, everything you missed and what's coming. Let's go. First thing first, if you're new to my channel, don't forget to like, subscribe and share. Also check other episodes. You can listen to this episode and others on any podcast platform. Here we go. The Word of Sandman. Okay. What even is Sandman? Created by Neil Gaiman, aka the Gothic godfather of graphic novels. The Sandman is a mix of dark fantasy mythology, horror, and yes, a touch of Shakespeare. It's based on his cult classic DC comic that literally changed how people see comic books. So what's the pitch? It follows Morpheus, aka Dream of the Endless, a tall, broody immortal who controls the dream realm. Basically, he's the guy responsible for what happens when you close your eyes at night. And yeah, he definitely looks like he listens to The Cure on repeat. The plot. Season 1 kicks off with Morpheus getting captured by humans, like actual amateurs with a pentagram and a bad attitude. For 100 years, that's right, the king of dreams got locked in a glass pokeball while the world spirals into chaos. Dream escapes and start putting his realm back together, like someone who lost the Wi-Fi password to reality. Along the way, he's tracking down his stolen tools, his pouch of sand, his fancy helmet, and his ruby, all of which are scattered across realms and very, very bad hands. We meet Lucian, his loyal librarian and low-key MVP. The Corinthian, a nightmare with teeth for eyes. Yes, that happens. John D. played creepily well by David Thewlis, who turns a diner into hell on earth. Is that one horrifying episode Death? Dream's older sister, who is, plot twist, warm, funny, and the one endlessly actually want to get coffee with. Desire, who is a vibe, a mood, a problem. And don't forget Rose Walker, a vortex of dreams and probably the reason your therapist is booked solid. All of this leads to a showdown that isn't about fist, but about dream logic, inner strength, and what happens when humans mess with cosmic stuff they don't understand. Characters. Let's talk cast. Tom Sturridge as Morpheus. He doesn't talk. He breathes poetry. He could say, "Pass the salt," and I'd weep. Kirk Howell Baptist as Death, pitch perfect. She made Death feel peaceful. A warm hug, you weren't ready for that. Were you? Boyd Holbrook as the Corinthian, psychotic, stylish, and somehow charming, like if Hannibal Lecter and a Gucci model had a baby. And shout out to Matthew the Raven, voiced by Patton Oswalt, because even dark fantasy needs comic relief. And yes, I would die for that bird. Cinematography. The visuals are haunting and surreal, like Salvador Dali and Tim Burton had a brunch and storyboarded your nightmares. The sound design, chef's kiss. Every whisper, every footsteps, every echo in the dreaming adds this eerie, ethereal vibe. The transitions between the walking world and the dream world are so seamless, it makes Inception look like a school project. Directing and editing. The series is directed by a mix of talent, including Jamie Childs. The show flows like a graphic novel come to life. The pacing is bold, it's not afraid to slow down and linger, just like your thoughts at 3 a.m. Editing-wise, it's slick, but poetic. Scenes don't just move, they drift, they morph, they bleed into one another. The diner episode alone, that's a horror short film masquerading as TV. Fun facts you didn't know you needed. Neil Gaiman was heavily involved, like this is my baby and you won't mess with it. Fun facts. Neil Gaiman was heavily involved, like this is my baby and you won't mess it up levels of involved. Respect. From the comic, and it was wrecked fans the best way. The Diner episode 24/7 was adapted almost word for word from the comic and it wrecked fans in the best way. The casting of Gwendolyn Christie as Lucifer inspired. They made Lucifer stylish, calculating, and more intimidating than most horror villains. Morpheus' look was not CGI, those insane eyes, real contacts, moody lighting, and cheekbones that could cut glass. It took over 30 years to get this adaptation right. Gaiman rejected dozens of failed scripts and weird studio pitches. Yes, one had Morpheus with a love interest and action scenes. The theme, Sandman is more than just a creepy dreams and cool costumes. It's about control, identity, forgiveness, and being human. Is destiny fixed And maybe the biggest question, what happens when God starts feeling things? Final thoughts. So whether you loved it, got confused halfway, or just watched it for the vibes, The Sandman is one of the boldest, strangest, and most beautiful shows Netflix had dared to put out. And season 2, oh, it's coming. Expect more endless, more mind-bending storylines, more nightmares in suits. But for now, if you made this far, you're officially a dreamling. That's all, folks. Thank you for watching or listening to The Sandman Season 1 recap, everything you missed and what's coming. And don't forget to check other episodes on my channel on all podcast platforms. Until next time, Gilbert K out.